their sinful nature. They don't realize that our nature, I mean, when we look at humanity, you know, of course, most people have a really hard time looking at themselves because we're blinded in many ways. And we make decisions, we have conversations with people, we visit certain places, we do certain things, and sometimes a lot of the time, because we're creatures of habit, we do the same things over and over. Sometimes in life, there comes a point in time where we have to recognize, or when we begin to recognize what we're doing. It's almost like people call it an epiphany, an awakening. You know, some want to call it the born-again experience. The born-again experience to me is something very spiritual, and it's very biblical. I find that in the Bible. Jesus said, unless a man is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of heaven. John chapter 3. But, you know, we're almost at the end of 2016. We're getting ready to enter 2017, and there's a lot more change coming. There's a lot more challenge. There's a lot more growth. More people will come into the world, and there's just a whole lot of things going on, and I just, you know, I was thinking the other day, and I really don't know where this video is going to go. By the way, my name is Santos, and if you're catching this video on my YouTube channel or wherever I'm not going to tell you why I'm making this video, but I usually make videos out of inspiration. And I admit, I have conversations with myself. I enjoy having conversations with myself. I also enjoy having conversations with God. You think you talk to God? Well, this is my opinion of my Creator. I believe that He hears our conversations. Whether He chooses to answer our prayers, that's His prerogative. I do believe God answers prayers. But I also believe that God answers prayers in the form and in the way and in His timing. That's my opinion. I'm a firm believer in the Holy Bible. And, you know, I'm talking a little bit about my life, and I'm talking about people and what I see in my philosophy. We live out our days, we live out our lives every day, and we really don't know. Sometimes we don't know exactly why we do what we do. We don't pay attention. We don't recognize. We don't realize that sometimes our sinful nature deceives us. You know, we deceive ourselves in many areas of our daily experience, or weekly, or monthly, or yearly experiences. And a lot of the decisions that we're making, a lot of the decisions that you and I make today are based on input. Childhood, our teen years. Of course, what we do during our teens has direct correlation to what has been put inside of us via our parents and experiences as a child, as a baby. And then again, I have to go back to our nature, because human nature is nothing pretty. We are damaged. We are you know, obviously we're not perfect. Wouldn't it be nice to live in a perfect world where you don't offend people? You know, wouldn't it be a really neat thing to live in a perfect world? You know, the Bible talks about a perfect world coming. No more death, no more cemeteries, no more hospitals, no more offenses, no more lying, no more deceiving people, no more hurt. At least that's the way I look at it. Total bliss, total peace, total perfection, total wisdom. That's the way I see it. And it's coming. I truly believe that that's coming. It's not going to be, in fact, the Bible talks about a new heaven and a new earth. Now, I'm not going to get too religious here in this video, but I want to talk about human nature and what I understand. I look at my life, you know, as a micro speaker. I was thinking about this yesterday. By the way, I really appreciate you taking time to watch this video on the other side of the screen. I want you to know that I'm actually on a short road trip here from Sacramento to, well, from Stockton to we're somewhere up near Diamond Springs, California, a little bit past Sacramento, California. So I've got a little bit of a length, and I felt inspired this morning as I started doing my morning ritual, thinking about God and thanking God and talking about my, you know, I'm so grateful right now. But I'm being challenged. Obviously, I've got pressure. I'm in a precarious situation in my life where I have to make some decisions about my career and finances. I've had the opportunity to be working from home for several years now, and a lot has changed. But I've been thinking about pressure, and I've been thinking about sin, and I've been thinking about people, and I've been thinking about my upbringing. All of these experiences that you and I go through, you know, everybody in the world is going through it today, right now. Everybody is going through some kind of an experience, some kind of a challenge, some kind of a hardship. And we're also going through good times too. It's not all bad. In this world, you got to have a balance of good and evil. And it really depends on how we look at things. I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was talking to her about perspective. A lot of times we don't realize that there has to be a different perspective on how we look at things, or we should be seeking different perspectives to look at things. Most of the time it's like black and white. We're looking at something and that's just the way it is, the way we see it. We don't question it. We don't ask for help. We don't seek any alternatives. Therefore, we're looking at something just kind of straight on, and we don't have a different perspective. In my case, I've had a lot of input over the last few years from videos, from reading, from affirmations, from rituals that I've done to change my life. You know, I've been abused, I've been deceived, I've deceived myself, I've lied to myself, I've cheated myself. I've done a lot of wrong things, you know, and I can't sit here and just totally blame myself for everything. Of course, I take full responsibility for what I do daily. But you know, a lot of our upbringing, a lot of what we've experienced, I think a lot of what we've experienced at a young age has to do with the way that we're thinking today. I just turned 50. And I'm always reflecting upon my childhood, because my dad was abusive towards my mother. He was abusive towards my brother, towards myself, towards my sister, and we all, my family, my siblings. You know, I don't know what kind of an upbringing my father had. I really don't, but I can tell as I look back that he didn't have a great upbringing himself. You know, my dad comes from, you know, well, I was born in Puerto Rico. My dad's Puerto Rican, my mom's Puerto Rican. That's our nationality. And I've gone through some really ugly things as a child. I mean, I look back and I still struggle today. Isn't that the challenge? I still struggle today because of the things that have been left, the footprints that have been left upon my subconscious from childhood. And I still look for ways to battle against those footprints. I'm trying to change the shoes, if you will. But every day, you know, and then, you know, this world doesn't make it any easier for you and I. People, the changes with our economy and with work and careers and leadership. The leadership of America today is I tell you, the leadership, what do I think about the leadership today of America? I think the leadership makes me sad. It makes me sad because they're leading this country, and obviously they're leading the country into a wrong state. They're leading the country into a really bad position. Of course, we've been in a bad position for quite some time now. And the harvest is beginning to show very, very, very greatly. The seeds have been planted. You know, just like our lives, your life and my life. And maybe you've come across this video and you're wondering about your life, why things are the way they are, why you're struggling, why you're having such a difficult time with everything. You know? And I think that's why a lot of people basically call it quits and they take their life because they're just tired. You know, they don't see a way out. They don't see a resolution. They don't see a solution. And they become so closed up inside. They don't reach out to anybody. They don't seek therapy. And they basically just call it quits. A lot of people turn to drugs. Some turn to prostitution. Some turn to living out on the streets, become homeless. We seek for ways to bleed, you know? We seek for ways to bleed. And sometimes that bleeding is not, it's just not you know, a lot of people bleed. We all bleed. We all bleed. Unfortunately, some people bleed in a bad way. You know, we're looking for that release. And I just, what gives me hope is understanding that I'm not perfect. What gives me hope is that we don't suffer eternally. You know, a lot of people want to believe that we're going to suffer eternally. Well, I don't believe that. I believe that once our Creator removes us from this planet, we're either in His presence forever or our suffering is over with. That gives me hope, because things can get pretty gruesome on this planet. And I don't have to talk about all the things that are going on this planet. You can turn on the news, you can go on the internet, you can read blogs, and you can watch videos, and you can be around other people, family or friends, so-called friends, and you can see the struggles and the challenges and the difficulties that they're going through. But you and I, we got to find ways to comfort ourselves. We got to find ways to stay positive, we got to find ways to bleed. We got to find an outlet. We got to find therapy. You know, these micro speeches, I call them micro speeches because that's exactly what they are. I love getting in front of the camera and sharing my philosophy in hopes that somebody out there will be encouraged, be inspired to take control of their thinking. Because, you know, obviously I believe, and I mentioned this in my other videos, that this world, I believe this world that we live in is a complete battlefield. And you and I, we are a soldier. You know, I spent 8 years in the military, and I'm not going to get into that here. So I understand the battlefield and the mindset of the battle of the soldier, maybe a lot better than others in some form. But, you know, I'm a regular human being, you know, seeking success, seeking a happier lifestyle, trying to smile every day, trying to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day daily, in spite of and because of. By the way, I coined that phrase and I use it every day. It makes me feel good. I love it when people ask me, how are you doing, Santos? I tell them I'm working on being super fantastic, terrific, and over the top daily, in spite of and because of. And I'm really grateful when I feel inspired to make videos. I'm really grateful to be able to give these micro speeches. In fact, I have a weird dream I want to get paid to share these micro speeches on a stage somewhere. Could it be that maybe these non-scripted, inspirational or motivational speeches that I give in these videos I can get paid for? Because I'm in a place where I'm transitioning and I have to look for work. I mean, I have businesses that I've been working, and you know, they're not, I'm actually writing a book. I'm in the process of finishing up that book. Hopefully I will get it published somehow. From Trauma to Triumph in 49. Been working on it for almost a year now. I'm kind of excited about that. I'm also working on, there's a couple of inventions that I came up with that I have sitting on the burner, and I'm also wanting to do something with, you know, I'm a short man. I'm only 5'4", and it's hard for me to find clothing, so I wanted to design my own clothing line for short people, specific for short people, and I have ideas and colors and images, all of that in mind. And again, it's an idea. I haven't developed PT threads yet. I also have a couple of other ideas, a couple of other inventions. I'm not going to talk about them in this video, but I have a few other ideas that I've been holding on to. And you know, I didn't expect this video to go as long as it has. I don't know if people are even willing to sit down and watch this video. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully. I have a video titled Stop Gambling. I don't think I've never had more than 200 or 300 views on a video. That video is going on 600 views, and I'm very grateful to the audience and those that it is touching. I used to be a gambler. I lost a lot of money gambling, and that was one of my past experiences that I still battle. Believe me, every day's a battlefield, but I'm overcoming. So I'm not a gambler, and I don't consider myself, you know, and what you believe you are, that's what you're going to live by. Whatever you believe you are, that's exactly what you will live by. If you believe you're an alcoholic, you're going to act like an alcoholic. If you believe that you're a womanizer, you're going to act like a womanizer, you know, especially if you're married. You should be thinking that way. You should believe that you are that type of person. You know, if you believe you're a nice person, if you believe you're positive, if you believe you're grateful, you'll act like that. You'll live that way. And, you know, I've learned a lot, and that's why I'm sharing on my YouTube channel. I make a lot of videos. I have over 240 videos, and I talk about my philosophy. I talk about my way of living. I talk about the way that I believe, and I share these micro speeches with people in hopes that it would encourage others to think, you know, to challenge themselves, to take on a bigger responsibility, to do better, to serve our fellow man. I believe that we're here to serve our Creator. I believe we're here to serve our Creator, and we're here to serve our fellow man, our family, our friends, and others. And, you know, those are very personal things that I'm sharing in this video, and that's between you and your Creator. I can't, that's something that you have to judge for yourself. Wow, I'm at almost 22 minutes in this video, and I did not expect this video to go this long. Of course, I mentioned I was on a road trip, so you can see the scenery around me. I truly hope this video comes out very well. I know that it's shaking a little bit, but I truly hope that it comes out very well. And, you know, I'm going to kind of begin winding down here. But you got to find yourself. You got to start questioning the way you think, the way you speak, and the way you live if you're not happy. You got to question. That's, and you have to, you know, we have to learn to associate with the proper things. We have to learn to associate with the proper people. And sometimes we can't associate with others on a personal level, but we can associate with books. We can associate with videos. We can associate with blogs. You know, we can associate with affirmations. I do a lot of writing. I'm always writing, and I'm putting my thoughts on paper, and sometimes I just write. And I've written a lot of, that's why I decided to start writing a book, since I write so much. I wish I would have kept all my notebooks and papers and all that stuff that I've written over the years, the journals. A lot of that stuff has throw it away. But, you know, we gotta find what truly moves us. We gotta find what truly moves us, what connects with our soul. And, you know, I have a couple of businesses that I do. I promote health. I promote this product. Of course, this is mineral water in here in this bottle. I promote minerals, natural minerals, a company called Basic Reset. I'm also a miner. I began mining with a company online in this field of cryptocurrency. It's kind of more like an investment for me at this point. And if you're looking for someone to connect with, if you're looking for a way to make some extra money, maybe I can help you. I'm not going to make any promises in this video, but I do have a couple of opportunities that I work on online, and they haven't been as successful as I've wanted them to be. That's why I've started working more on my book, you know, and focusing more on my clothing line, because I find more of a soul attachment to those things versus trying to promote all of these other products for other companies. I'll have to get into that one in another video. So we got to find what really connects with us, what embraces our soul, what embraces your soul. If you're not happy, and I believe that you can turn your life around. You can turn your life around for the better. You can work on smiling every day. You can work on reading every day. You can work on doing affirmations and focusing on the fact that you're in a battle, my friend. Your mind, there's a battle to take your mind over. And the more that you understand that, and the quicker you begin to put up your defenses against those enemies, because we clearly have to understand our enemies too, the better off you're going to be today and tomorrow. This is what I wanted to share in this micro speech, and I truly hope that someone has been touched by it. I appreciate you once again for taking time to listen to the sound of my voice, and my information will be in the description box of this video. I know this is probably one of my longest videos, and I hope that I can upload it. But my information, my phone, my email will be in the description area. If you want to connect with me, you want to talk, you want to brainstorm, you know, I'm here to help anybody that is willing to help themselves. And I'm going to end here. Please subscribe to my channel. Comment below. Share this video. If you find this video interesting, help me help others in giving. This is Santos Rolon Jr. here on my YouTube channel. I will see you on my next video, and I will see you at the top.